Well, folks, that's the end of this trail for today. I'm gonna head back. I'm gonna find a place to camp. I've been here before. Go ahead and check out my videos that I've done on this area. I think you're gonna love them like I do. So a couple days ago we had a lot of snow, rain down where I live, but obviously snow up here. And I wasn't expecting so much. Otherwise I would have brought some traction, but it's been you know, spotty but slippery in a few places. All right, so I'm gonna go over here by this lookout here, take some pictures, get something to eat, hydrate up a little bit, and take a break. Okay, so I should have learned this, but I didn't. No flow. Filter no worky. So the good news is I have water for tonight and tomorrow morning, enough. So, but I'm kind of a bumming because I usually always check my filter before I leave the house. This time I didn't. I just didn't think about it. I'm gonna keep trying to get it unblocked here, but yeah. So if you have these Sawyer filters or any kind of water filter, test them out with distilled water before you leave for your trip. Make sure they work like the night before, or you know, a day or two before, because these things can get pretty finicky. They usually don't malfunction, although I've known some folks who have a lot of problems with these things. This is the first time I've ever had a problem with one of my Sawyer filters. So, all right, well, I'll deal with it. So earlier today I was scouting out some places to camp as I was going up to the top of the hill, and I found this place. It's not really noticeable when you're on the trail, but I just was wandering back here a little bit because I knew that there was some views over on this side of the trail, so I just kind of wandered off, and I found this beautiful spot here to camp. Yeah, great views of the valley out here with all the rock formations, and a little fire pit if I want to build a fire. Tent's all set up, ready to go. I already ate dinner. I like to eat a little bit early out here because I got stomach problems, and laying down after I eat isn't a good idea. So I like to eat, and I like to just kind of wander around, explore a little bit more. Just try to keep myself a little warm because it's pretty chilly out here. It feels, I don't have my thermometer with me, but I imagine it's in the lower 40s, maybe upper 30s. That's where it's supposed to be tonight. But my fingers are cold. Of course, my fingers are usually cold. But yeah, you can see the snow up on top. I don't know if you can see it in the video here, but it's about the same elevation I was at today, towards the top of the hill back this way. So it's gonna be chilly tonight, but that's fine. You know, these trips are really about testing the equipment to make sure that you're ready for bigger adventures. You know, lessons learned about the water filter, and it's dripping now a little bit. I have it here by the by my tent, and I did some these kind of things. You have to bang a little bit. You have to try to back flush them. You have to try to, but down here you can see that I got about maybe a couple inches of water. It's dripping really slowly, but I figured I'll just let it hang there. It's got kind of a gravity fed filter now, and if it keeps dripping like that, I'll have another liter within an hour or two. It's not super efficient, nothing that I would take with me and rely on. So when I get back home, I'm gonna have to, I could take out my MSR, my Guardian. That thing never fails, and it's a really, really good filter system. It's actually a purifier. So the water coming out of that is even better than anything that you're gonna get out of these, what is it, 0.02 filters. So, yeah, I'm trying not to chat it up too much, but the view back here is fantastic. I'm gonna change the camera a little bit. Okay, I'm a little darker here, but you can see the mountains and the hills behind me here a lot better with this setting. So it is just a beautiful setting here. Goose Creek Trail is usually a really crowded place. The parking lot is always jammed full every time I come up here. It's about a 20-mile drive or so through some pretty rough gravel roads to get to the trailhead. So I wouldn't recommend coming here without a all-wheel drive, something with a little bit of clearance, something that can take a pretty bad washboard and some ruts and some yuckiness in the road here. But isn't it gorgeous? It's gorgeous. And these boulders, they are they're huge, but you can't really tell necessarily by this view, but that's across this little gully down here. There is the creek runs down there, and you could hear it rushing when you're sitting up here listening to it. But those rocks behind me are just they're massive. Okay, well, it's about 7:30 or so, and it's about to get dark. I'm in my tent for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, because It started raining when I was out there in the fire, so I thought, well, let me just go in here so I don't get wet and cold. So drifted off to sleep, then woke up and did some reading. And so sometimes you spend a lot of time in your tent. Tomorrow, I'm gonna get up early, probably with the sun, and pack up. It's only like an hour's hike or so back to the trailhead. I could have just went home today, but I did want to sleep outside. I wanted to break out the skier, test out a few things that some new things that I got, and I'll have a video on that here soon. And it's always good just to spend the night in the wild, in nature, listening to the natural sounds. I got the wind, I got the creek down there rushing. The birds are out here making noise. Get to listen to the wind just go through the trees. Just really nice break. I haven't been out in a while, so this is good. And I haven't been in my tent in a while, so it's a little bit unusual for me anymore to be on the ground sleeping. I really like my hammock, but I'm getting prepared for some nights in a tent this year, so I want to make sure that everything worked good. It took, by the way, about 3 hours for my water to drip. I finally got it working. You know, with those filters, you shake them up a bit, and you knock them on some wood, and you shake them, and eventually they start working a little bit. I mean, it was literally just dripping, but it took about 3 hours to drain those 2 liters of water. So I do have water. I was able to brush my teeth tonight. I'll have some coffee in the morning before I leave here. So that's the plan. All right, so bright and early tomorrow, I'll see you at the trailhead. All right. Well, that's my view this morning. It was beautiful. Rained most of the night last night, off and on, you know, so kind of wet this morning getting out of the tent and stuff, but the skies are clearing up. I thought the weatherman said it was supposed to be really rainy today, but about 2.5 more miles, we'll be back at the trailhead. It's Mother's Day, so I have to get back and call Mom. Wish her a happy Mother's Day. I hope you do the same. All right. So, that's it. It's been a good trip. Good test. All the new gear worked out good, and I'll have a video about that here up shortly. Well folks, thanks for joining in. Another jaunt into the Lost Creek Wilderness area, and another beautiful hike, a little rainy, but great place to test out gear, and great conditions to test out gear. So if you enjoyed it, go ahead and like it. If you have not subscribed yet and you love hiking and backpacking and all things associated with being in nature, you should subscribe. Alright, so comments about your trips in the springtime, your trips to maybe tuning your gear and to test some things out. I'd like to hear about that and what you're up to. So, alright, comment down below please. See you on the trail.